Hi everyone, welcome to another Friday Night Impact. Tonight we are going to be asking, what is the one thing every Christian should be doing? So this question comes from the passage found in Luke 10 verse 38 to 42. The story goes that Jesus and his disciples were at the house of two women, Mary and Martha. Now Mary was sitting at the feet of Jesus listening to him teach, while Martha was busy around the house doing everything she needed to host them. Eventually Martha gets so frustrated because she's the one that's doing all the work that she goes up to Jesus and tells him to tell Mary to get up and help her. But Jesus responds by saying, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one." What is this one thing that Martha needed, or the one thing that every Christian should be doing? Well, we can think about it this way. What should every Christian be doing every single day? We can say things like they should be spending time reading their Bibles or praying. They should be respecting or honoring their parents. They should be helping people, maybe doing some general community outreach. But which of these things would be the one thing that Jesus was talking about? Well, if we take a closer look at what Mary was doing, maybe we can come up with some type of answer. Mary was sitting at the feet of Jesus. She had physically lowered herself so that she was below Jesus, and she was listening to everything that he was teaching them. So maybe for us, the one thing we need to be doing is sitting at the feet of Jesus and listening to him teach us about the will of God. Now you might say, but that's ridiculous. I mean, Jesus died. How can we sit at the feet of someone who's dead? Well, you could say that Jesus was raised from the dead 3 days later and he's now up in heaven. How can we sit at his feet when he's there? Well, anytime we say to God, "Your will be done, not mine," we are being like Mary. We are sitting at the feet of Jesus. And anytime we say to God, "Please help me do my will, not your will," we are being like Martha. So sitting at the feet of Jesus doesn't mean we physically sit on the ground in front of him, but it means that we do everything we can to obey the will of God, to do everything that Jesus teaches us to do. And when we are doing that, we are sitting at his feet. So being a Christian is actually really, really simple. All we have to focus on is sitting at Jesus' feet. Now this doesn't mean we don't do all those other things like praying and reading the Bible. It just means that those things must flow out from the one thing that we should be doing. When we are sitting at Jesus' feet, we will be reading our Bibles more, we will be praying more, we will be helping those around us. But those shouldn't be so important or overshadow the one thing that we should be doing, which is listening to the will of God. You see, someone can spend all their time praying that they don't hear God telling them to go out and reach out to a friend in need. Or they could be so busy doing all the school things, which is good, that they don't actually hear God telling them to quieten down and read the Bible. There are many good things we can be doing, but none of those good things should be overshadowed by faithfully sitting at the feet of Jesus and listening to him. So Jesus makes things very simple for us in this Bible passage. He's saying all you need to do is come sit at my feet, listen to me speak to you, listen to me tell you what God wants you to do, and everything else will fall into place, everything else will click together. So that's the one thing we should be focusing on. Are we sitting at the feet of Jesus? Are we listening to him and doing his will? Everything else will be taken care of. So I hope you've learned something new, the one thing every Christian should be doing. I hope you go out and enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next Friday at another Impact. Bye!